I don't know whether you have heard, we understand there are two factions of county assembly in Nyamira. You have given us what you have heard from the faction headed by the Speaker Okero. Have you had an opportunity to get the version of the other faction? That's number one. Especially, have they ever communicated what they have told us this morning, that on the 24th of October, 2024, they impeached Speaker Okero? Has that information ever been communicated to your office so that you know what is the status of the office of the Speaker? Two, you have cited a number of cases. I don't know whether you have seen in a bundle I've just been given by legal counsel that there is a case that was filed before the Employment and Labor Relations Court at Kisii, petition number E001 of 2024. Counsel, is that your petition? Filed by a law firm by the name Morara Omoke. Such a counsel?
Senior counsel, it did not emanate from us.
Are you Morara Omoke, or that's another?
No, not at all. I'm Ombuira Temo.
Okay, you are Ombuira Temo. Okay, maybe Speaker, are you aware of any petition E001 2024 filed before the Employment and Labor Relations Court at Kisii?
Unless I get to know the title, because we have like 9 cases on it ongoing.
I mean, are you aware of such a matter? It seems, it says
the title can help me.
It says the petitioner is Enoch Okero and 12 others.
Very true, I'm aware.
You're aware?
It's the members who voted. The honorable members who voted challenging the exercise that happened on the 24th of October.
Okay. So, Madam Controller of Budget, I just wanted you to confirm whether that particular matter has also been brought to your attention, especially an affidavit that I've seen at page 41 to 42, where the Speaker challenged his removal before that particular court, and the court did not issue orders. I don't know whether you are also aware of that particular court decision. And then finally, I don't know who will answer me from the two factions. Who was the mace of the assembly of the county assembly of Nyamira, and how can we get the answered proceedings that can confirm what's going on? Who among the two factions can give us the mace and the answered? So maybe we start. The money that goes to the county of Nyamira, so that we don't have a situation where this confusion creates a breeding ground for money to be siphoned from our county, because that's why we have actually called you here. Because with this confusion, money could easily be lost, Madam Controller of Budget.
Thank you, Senator Okongo. Before you answer, I felt in listening to your explanation and what Senator Okongo is raising, there's a question I want to ask you, and I think that's why the committee called you here. Any transactions that are taking place financially in Nyamira pertaining to the office of the Speaker, would you vouch and testify that according to you, it has been done within the law and according to the PFM Act and all the regulations that determine how county funds, particularly the county assembly, are actually being spent? Thank you, ma'am. Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. And I find myself in a difficult position because really I don't deal with the county assembly directly. As I explained in my presentation, I deal with the county treasury That is what the PFM outlines. Now, who is the head of the Treasury? It is the CECM Finance. Who brings requisitions to me? The CECM Finance. So I have no direct interactions with the County Assembly. Now, number two, I do not deal with any payment transactions. As COB, once the requisitions come through the county treasury, they'll normally be saying, this is recurrent, this is development. I approve the withdrawal of the funds from the county revenue fund to the operational account. Then the accounting officer of the respective entity handles the payments. Now, who looks at transactions? And here we should not mix roles. The Auditor General looks at transactions. I don't look at transactions. I look at the usage of the budget. So at the end of the quarter, they will tell me, in line with the budget that they have submitted to me, how they have utilized the funds on a vote level, not on transaction level. So to answer both of you is that I cannot vouch if the transactions are within the law, because the transactions are not available to me. I do not have sight even of the bank statement of either the county executive or the county assembly. So it's not possible for me to tell. But I do know that each of those entities is supposed to have internal auditors who, if called upon, can bring out reports on the specific transactions for which the funds have been put to. That is why, again, I don't know whether I answered the factions, that issues of factions really wouldn't come to me. And that's why, as you can see in my report, I asked the CECM Finance, who in the PFM should be giving me the legitimate accounting officer of the county assembly who has brought requisitions for withdrawal of funds. Once the CECM tells me that this is the legitimate accounting officer, that is what I will run with. So I do not recognize any factions. In fact, I do not know them.
Before you
And
leave there,
it also,
just a minute through the chair. Before you leave there, do you certify yourself whether that budget has been properly
yes,
been passed properly by the county assembly? Do you
Yes.
certify yourself?
We have a checklist.
So in this
Honorable Senator,
in this particular case on
Yes.
supplementary budget,
yes,
I'm being cognizant of these conflicts in the county assembly. Did you certify yourself whether the budget had properly been, the supplementary budget had legally been passed by the county assembly? I think that's why we have called you here.
Honorable Senator, I think I highlighted that in my report. For both budgets, I have indicated who signed off the budget. And once I have that, and I have the signature from the county assembly, it is not really for me to contest and say, I don't recognize you. Or, you see, for me, I am limited. Once the county assembly tells me this is the budget we have passed, and those are the officials on record, then I take it from there, and that is what I have outlined in my report.
Could I, Madam, could I ask this question? In other words, when the elections were over in 2023, and the governor was sworn in, and the speaker was elected, you had a list presented to you on who are the bona fide signatories and who can actually run your financials.
Yes.
Am I correct to say that what you're saying is there was no other correspondence either from court or anywhere stopping you from transacting with any faction or with anybody in Nyamira, the assumption being that the officials who are running the financials of the county were actually legitimate and you didn't have to worry about it?
That is correct, Honorable Chair. Until such time when this doubt came in, I wrote back to the county treasury and said, do we still deal with these people? Or because there were letters, sporadic letters coming from here and here telling us, you know, I'm now this, I'm now that. So we asked that they confirm who the bona fide office holders are.
And in that case, just for us to record this on Hansard, the people who are then supposed to transact was Mr. Okero. Could you name the names that you have? Mr. Okero and Mr. Nyamura.
Yes.
But so that I don't lose it, Madam Comptroller, you say that you communicated to the CEC.
Yes.
On issues, county assembly, who do you normally communicate with? Is it still the CEC, or are there occasions when you communicate to the clerk?
All issues to do with finances are covered by the PFM Act. And under the PFM Act, I deal with the county treasury. The head of the county treasury is the CECM Finance. If we communicate with the county assembly, it is not to do with money. All issues, money, have one root. Yes.
Maybe one more question is that, Madam COP,
Yes.
is that now that you have already said that the issue in Nyamira is highly contentious, do you feel that we need to save that money until when the situation will be solved, or you still want to continue and pay the money to, you know, this kind of conflicting groups? Because these are the same people who will be utilizing that fund.
Through the chair, that is not an answer I can give you now, because nothing stops me from continuing to disburse funds as long as the regulations governing the withdrawal of funds have been followed. So until such time that those regulations have been flouted, I have nothing to stop me from disbursing the funds. So maybe what I can say here is that that answer can come from another office, but probably not mine.
Just an hypothesis.
Yes.
Assuming the County Assembly of Nairobi today changed their speaker, who will do the communication to your office so that you know which speaker to deal with?
First and foremost, I don't deal with the speaker. The one who handles payments is actually the clerk.
Okay, let's put it this way.
Yes.
Part of the documents you have annexed at page 20 is the confirmation from the speaker of the assembly that the supplementary budget was passed on the 26th of November 2024. I think you have annexed that at page 20?
Yes, but...
So the question I'm asking is,
yes.
In your due diligence, how do you certify yourself that you are dealing with the right holder of that office? Do you get communication from the clerk, or do you get communication from the speaker? In case of a dispute in that office, how do you know who is the legitimate office holder? Because that's the issue, that's the problem we are trying to solve. That's why I'm asking you that question.
I actually don't deal with speakers. Let me put it plainly that way. Financial matters rarely go to the speaker. Now, when it comes to issues of passing the budget, I am not part of the passing of the budget. But once passed, once the budget has been passed, it will be forwarded to me because I will oversee the implementation. really my mandate starts from implementation. I am not part of the budget making process. So, in this particular instance, as you have seen, if I'm in any doubt about the speaker who is in office, I will normally ask the head of the treasury. But since I do not deal directly with the speaker, I expect that if there are any changes, it is the county treasury that will alert me on the same. But I repeat, I don't deal with the speaker.
Maybe, Chair, I would like to ask you, Madam Nyakang'o, maybe this would be your last question from this committee. By accident or design, you are from Nyamira, and you happen to be the person responsible for what we are discussing today. What would you want to tell the Assembly here today?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I would ask them to follow, obey, and implement the law. That is the bottom line.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
So much, Madam. You have a pleasure to have you today here.
I think as we wind up and release her, I hope she's conscious that Nyamira now has 2 speakers and has 2 clerks.
Honorable Chair, you can correct that we don't have 2 speakers.
I think, according to the COB, she knows only the CECM, and she doesn't deal with others. But of course, she can witness, and she has already given them advice that they follow the law. And we really appreciate that. Madam COB, please, I think you can leave now at your pleasure.
Chair,
And
maybe before she leaves.
Okay, please.
Maybe before she leaves, you can allow the 2 sides if they have anything to say. Because she's here, they are the stakeholders.
Senator is one-sided. Mr. Chairman, it's evident that the Senator is one-sided in this matter. Mr. Chairman, I respect and I want to repeat what the Honorable Mr. Chairman, I want to repeat what the Honorable Onyonga said, and I want to read it what the Honorable Onyonga said during the impeachment.
I thought, Mr. Speaker, you said that we speak through the chair.
Through the chair,
and you've not been given permission.
Order, I'm not giving you permission.
Yes.